Awesome.
We're ready, brother.
So Mel Carmine, it's been a while, few months for us seeing each other, but it's been a while since we've podcasted together.
Yeah, it's been a long time, actually, a few years.
And we've got a video, well, a documentary coming out, Dear Mr. President.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, the whole story goes that, we were thinking about ways to get to Donald Trump because everybody's complaining about all these different things that they want to fix, but they're overlooking the most important thing in the world, the microphones. The
Correct.
microphones are clogged. If the microphones are clogged, you could yell and scream until you're blue in the face and your eyes are popping out of your skull. It don't mean a thing.
Well, because we haven't had journalism in this country since the early 70s.
Right. So let's fix the first problem first. Let's get this fixed. Let's get all the bumps out of the road. Let's have a level playing field, a true level playing field where if the people out there basically decide, hey, Ben Barlow's a very simpatico guy, which you are,
Yep.
and they say, hey, he's allowed to have 1 million people or 5 million people or 10 million people, whatever that number is, you'll accept it because it's coming from the audience. It's not coming
Correct.
from algorithms and technology. It's not coming
Yes.
from Zuckerberg. It's not coming from Masari. It's coming from you. If
Correct.
people resonate with you and they hate, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and when you put up a video, everybody gets your video. That means if you have 10 million people on your channel, you shouldn't be getting 100,000 views. You should be getting millions of views, right?
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we
Absolutely.
can fix a lot more stuff once these are fixed.
And this is the major problem that people don't get. You can't fix that until people start to recognize we don't live in a republic. We don't even live in a democracy. We live in a corptocracy that the corporations are running the game on everybody while the politicians stand to the side and allow them to do it. So you got corporations that are silencing the people through the algorithms and everything else that they've got going on. I've been in Facebook jail out of the whole time Facebook has been in existence. More than half of the time I've been in Facebook jail. Start
Okay.
up new profiles, then all of a sudden through the algorithms and everything else, they link the profiles together, even though there won't be anything on the new profile, but they link everything together and they silence us that way. So there is no freedom of speech. And that's what's got to be fixed is we've got to fix this country. And there is no president. I've been saying this again and again and again. You've interviewed Juan. I've interviewed other people. The reality of it is that this system that they're creating is not a system for us.
No.
It's going to be the new boss. It's the old Who song. The new boss is the same as the old boss. It's just now you got a new financial system that's coming out. That's what Trump was brought in to do, is to bankrupt or go through the final last portion of the bankruptcy of the United States to make it
Correct.
permanent and then bring in a new financial system. Well, this financial system isn't going to benefit us.
No. Well, it's going
Not
to
in my
benefit.
opinion. It's going to make it so that they can actually attach you to everything.
It's going to benefit the people that understand how the game is played. I've been at this for respectfully 10 and a half years, if you want to include the one scam that I got involved with, which led me to the cryptocurrency, which was a cryptocurrency scam called OneCoin from Dr. Ruja. It was a
Yep.
1,700 euro hard lesson. It was a 1,700 euro. I look at it as the intuition that you pay, the tuition to go into the school of hard knocks. It's the best school in the world. Trust me,
Correct.
I know. Okay.
Yeah.
And that led me down the rabbit hole of cryptocurrencies where it's at. So if you understand the cryptocurrency, it's really not as diabolical as evil as you may think.
No.
I think it's a lot more benevolent than you may think. See, the reason why we're still at a Mexican standoff is very simple. The banks want to introduce something called a central bank digital currency. Okay, I have two pieces of silver here. Let's just say this is a wallet and this is a wallet, and I need to send money from the Mel Carmine wallet to the Ben Barlow wallet, and I could send it directly. That works today flawlessly, and it happens in seconds. Do I need a central bank digital currency for permission to send Ben
No.
Barlow money? The answer is fucking no.
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 But this is the problem, Mel,
Yeah,
because you know I'm big into the sovereignty movement.
I know.
You've got to detach yourself from the all caps name, which gives them jurisdiction over you so that you are privately operating so that your money remains yours and not their money, not their jurisdiction, not their control.
Well, that's why I have my money on my hardware wallet, and Mel Carmine controls Mel Carmine. Not
Yes.
any central bank digital, currency, not any central bank, not what's that guy, Jamie Dimon. Nobody
Yep.
controls Mel Carmine. Mel Carmine,
Absolutely.
Mel Carmine is uncontrollable.
Yep.
I control Mel Carmine.
And
And
this is where
so
the bank accounts, you've got to have bank accounts that aren't earning interest. The moment that you start earning interest, it becomes their jurisdiction.
yeah. Yeah. Well,
There's so many things that people don't understand that they've got to do. They've got to remove themselves from the system. And it's all part of this crypto process as well. If you're going to be trapped in the system, you're going to pay the dues of that system. If you remove yourself from that system, you now become in control of your whole entire life.
totally, totally correct. Totally correct. You know, and I did it. I did it for, I don't know if I'm sort of fighting myself here. I might want to play a little piece of the actual documentary, the actual first 5 minutes as a teaser, which
Yeah, play it.
gives you an idea that it is much more powerful than the actual trailer. The trailers, both of them combined, serve it no justice, zero.
Yes.
And if you understand, I'll play the first 5 minutes. I think first 5.5 minutes. I think people will get the gravity of how powerful this is actually going
Play
to
it.
be.
That'll be awesome.
So let me do this here. Give me a second. I got to sort of walk myself through these applications. I'm sorry. Let me. And I got a
You need to
dog
give
over
me a
there.
chair like that, Mel.
You need a chair like this? I don't know if you do. Can you see my screen at all?
Correct. I can.
You can. Okay. Let's see here. If I blow this up, it's buffering. So give us okay. And let me let my crazy Costa Rican dog out. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You guys, your timing is unbelievable. Your timing sucks. Their timing sucks, doesn't it? I don't know if you heard me say that, but I did.
I heard you
Okay.
say that.
Okay, here we go.
Not showing the video, it's just showing your screen.
Oh, really? Okay, let me see. Let's stop again and let's do it from the beginning. All right, here we go. Thank you for making me aware of that. Tell me if you see it now.
See it now.
Okay.
There we go.
Let's start from the beginning. Let's cue it up.
One wrong move and your entire channel could be demonetized, deleted, or you could even get sued.
I had a client who got 3 strikes and he lost his channel. He doesn't even really want his channel back. He just wants his videos back.
Kept getting blocked videos. I would spend a lot of time working on a reaction or working on like a breakdown video, and then I would put it out there and it would get blocked, and then I'm just kind of screwed. I just can't do anything with it.
My fellow Christian warriors, set yourselves apart from this corrupt generation. Be saints. That is the freedom that I wish for you. Freedom from sin. Freedom from our weaknesses. Freedom from the slavery that sin makes out of all of us. That is the freedom that is worth dying for. Kind of reminds me of the words that Mel Gibson first intoned in his Academy Award-winning film Braveheart, when he said to his ragtag army, and I say to you tonight, I see before me a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men, and free men you are. What will you do without freedom? Will you fight? No! Yep, fight, you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. Dying in your beds many years from now, would you have been willing to trade all the years from this day to that for one chance? Just one chance to come back here and tell our enemies that you can take our lives, you can never take our freedom. Every man dies. Not every man truly lives. You. We must fight for that authentic freedom and live, my friends. By God we must live, and with the Holy Spirit as your shield and Christ as your sword, may you join Saint Michael and all the angels in defending God and sending Lucifer and his henchmen straight right back to hell where they belong. The storm is upon us.
We're not free because we have this new social media censorship. You concerned about that? Have you been demonetized or your stuff cut off?
I got RFK Jr. on the air for 4 hours. He'd been kicked off of all these platforms. He's had a million things demonetized and censored.
Censorship.
Censorship. Censorship.
Censorship. Censorship.
Censorship. It's a much bigger threat to democracy than anything that we've seen in this country in the last 4 years, in the last 40 years.
Your freedom of speech is under attack like never before.
It is powerful.
That is awesome. But see, we don't have freedoms. We don't have rights.
Yeah.
They turned us into citizens, persons.
Yeah.
That's what people don't get.
Hey, listen, I understand your argument. I love your argument. The only problem is I wish that we could just create a chip, a chip that we could just implant it, and everybody knows what Ben Marlowe knows, and everybody knows what Mel Carmine knows, and everybody knows how to present it properly, because one slip of the tongue in court doing what you do, and your penis is up your ass, you're done.
Well, you don't want to go into their courts. That's the reality.
Well,
you don't want to be in their courts.
Man,
those are Admiralty Maritime Law courts.
For the audience sake, you studied under who?
I've studied under David Straight, and I've been studying way before that, way even before David Straight, for 30, 40 years.
Right.
About what's wrong with our country.
how long do you think that's going to take? I mean, look, if he signs the corporation over into the republic, everything that you know about becomes reality. Everything gets switched over like that. Correct? True or
No,
false?
I'm in a different camp. I
Okay.
don't believe they're signing anything over to a republic, Mel. I think the new boss is the same as the old boss. They're not going to give up any control. Even as I've talked to Juan, are we recreating the republic? Are we restoring the republic? No, we want a hybrid. We don't want a hybrid. We want our republic back. The intention is not to give us our republic back. That's the problem. That's what we're facing. So
Well,
how do you
again,
restore your rights when you don't have your republic?
But again, I go back to the microphones. If your audience is millions because your algorithms are no longer a thing, right?
Correct.
And you're able to reach millions, and there's a lot of people like you that talk the same
Yes.
jargon, are able to reach millions, can we get there much faster?
Yes, you can. But see, this is why they wanted to do away with TikTok. This is why all politicians came out against TikTok. It wasn't because China owned TikTok. It was because they couldn't control TikTok.
Correct.
That was the problem. So because
Censorship.
people like me were on TikTok, my videos, after 11 months, my videos had been watched 27.5 billion times. But I'm censored everywhere else. And they wipe me out everywhere else. That's part of this is the very first step. This is the first volley, if you will, Mel.
Yeah.
What you're doing right now. It's only a volley. The fight is going to continue on forever. We've got to be ever vigilant. And that's the problem is as soon as we had an election and Trump gets in office, all the patriots went back to sleep because they put the onus that Trump's going to fix everything for it. No, they're politicians. I don't give a shit if he's been a politician or not in his past. They're all getting in those positions, and there's handlers and people controlling things that, yes, he'll move the ball down the field for 4 years. What happens if Gavin Newsom? I don't think Gavin Newsom will ever get in. I don't think Democrats are ever going to be able to get in again, but they haven't really exposed any. There's things getting exposed, but not to the extent that we needed exposed. They're still flying under the radar with a lot of stuff. Epstein is just the very tip of the iceberg. He's not the whole iceberg. He's just the very tip. Then you got P. Diddy and all how they're controlling the music industry and how I mean, it goes so deep with this cabal. We're barely scratching the surface. So that's where we have to take back, the people have to take back their power. And part of that is your sovereignty. We've got to learn a whole new system. We've got to go from the public system into the private system. And that's not hard to learn, Mel. It's not hard to learn at all.
I know it's not, but it's not easy either. I mean, look, it's like you're learning a whole new language.
Correct.
I could drop you off in the middle of China. You might not be doing good today, but maybe in 2 years from now, you might learn some basics. And you might be able to get
Yes,
around.
absolutely.
Same thing with you. Same thing with the world you guys have created. Some people call it sovereign. Some people call it statesman. Some people call it something else. There's all these names for it. Common law.
We've all,
etc.
this is what I've been saying for years. We've all got to come together because that is the only way, Mel. I've been saying this to you even since the first time we came on a podcast together.
Yes.
We've all got to come together and give our little jigsaw puzzle piece that we have to the center for the people. But you got all these patriots that I call them. They want to be paid for what they're doing.
This is the problem. This is the problem. I've called upon, and even though I love Nino Rodriguez, and I finally arm wrestled him, and yes, Mel Carmine won the arm wrestle, and he gave me a little piece to put in the movie, which it's in there. It's a great piece. It belongs there.
And you shouldn't have to.
I can't get on his show. He doesn't see the bigness of this. You know what the problem is? The people like Nino Rodriguez, not specifically him, but many of them, have reached this $500,000. They're making $500,000 a year, and they got comfortable.
Yeah, dude, it's all about the advertisement and the commercials that they have. And that's why I can't even stand watching a lot of these people, is because the constant advertisement of, Mel, we were never meant to chase the money, brother. We were meant to chase God.
Amen to that.
That is the problem and the crux of everything that we're doing.
Yeah.
Is that even the
money is just a tool to crush the enemy if the enemy ever pops its head up ever again. The money
But
is just a tool. If we
Yes.
can make 100 million new people who have their heads screwed on straight, multi-billionaires, I say let's go for it, because that's what they fear the most, because they know that God is first. The money's there just to crush you guys in case you
Yes.
pop, because we got maybe 7,200 multi-billionaires. And to
Yeah,
them
and
it's about
COVID was the big sucker punch to a lot of people, that they were afraid of losing their job. They were
Yeah.
afraid of what would happen to them if they didn't have their income coming in. So what did they do? They chose the shot. God gave you a perfect body.
Yeah,
but
let's keep
then
that.
now-
Let's keep that under the
Correct.
radar for YouTube purposes. Yes.
Okay. But
Yes.
that's where we're chasing money. We're not supposed to be chasing the money. This is the whole thing with the Cesta K Trust and other money that's coming out in crypto. Money is only grease for the skids to make life easier. They've been utilizing money against us so that we're slaves to the money. We only make enough to get to a certain point. They only allow so many of them to climb up the money ladder. And now with the crypto, there's the capability of actually gaining generational wealth. And so that's where we're at. But so many people still don't believe in the crypto. And what I've been telling them is, look, you can either jump in right now or you can be left behind. It's just like the stock market when they first came out with the stock market. All those people got in, they made generational wealth. It's given them wealth to be able to create bigger things even yet, and more stock companies. That's where we're at with the crypto right now. And there's only a small percentage of people in crypto. Super small percentage. And they're going to be wealthy. And that's where we've got to take our power back. We can't do it being slaves to the money grind.
I don't give a shit about the money. The money to me is a tool.
It'll
And
come.
hopefully- Yeah, the money's a tool. I do okay. I'm not like wealthy, but I'm not poor either.
Correct.
Thank the Lord. And I'm a hustler. I'm a grinder. I keep
Yep.
going. I never look back. You wanna try to screw me? Good. That's on you. I just keep moving forward. I don't have time for the bullshit. I don't. You know what
Well,
I mean?
and Mel, we were never meant, people in America were never meant to be employees. That's what people don't get.
Well,
They've
there was a
turned
plan.
people.
There was
Huh?
there was a plan in back in the day during William McKinley to make everybody in America a multi-hundred millionaire.
Yes.
It was an actual plan. This
Yes.
is an actual plan. Go look it up, guys. To make everybody in America a multi generational wealth. Everybody in America, all 360 million of us. Can you
Because then
imagine?
America would benefit.
Yeah, but can you imagine if that was true today? If they never try to stop that plan, and that plan was actually became manifest today.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? It would give a whole new meaning to the word, the most powerful nation in the world.
But let's also look at that. Who is the most benefited from this most powerful nation in the world? Everybody benefits from the kindness of Americans. We're always taking care of other countries. We're always sending our money, our aid, even just our own personal aid to other countries.
Yeah. Again, all of this information that we talk about, which is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us God, can never get out there unless the microphones and freedom of speech is completely, abolished with. Okay.
Got to
The
abolish
algorithms-
censorship.
Yeah, it needs to be completely leveled. The playing field needs to be not in favor of anybody. But and listen, if I say that this glass bottle is black and I believe it to be black, I should be able to say it's black. If you believe it to be blue, you should be able to say it's blue, and you should have no censorship on that, right?
Correct.
Okay. Obviously, if I say, "Hey, Ben, I'm coming after you and your whole family. I'm going to kill you and your whole family." Yes, that should be censored, right? If I'm threatening somebody and I want to cause bodily harm to you or your family
Right.
or your next door neighbor, and I go out and say that publicly, yes, obviously that should be, but everything else should be allowed. You
Correct.
want to be gay, you want to be a bisexual, want to be a transsexual, you want to be a trans testicle, whatever the fuck you want to be, go be what you want to be. Leave me alone and don't push your shit on my kids.
As long as it doesn't commit harm to others or harm to minors.
Exactly.
That's the test right there.
Exactly. Give 1 second. I gotta let the puppies in.
Go ahead.
Come on, guys. Come on. Crispy. Come on.
And guys, this is going to take all hands on deck. This is going to take all of us coming together. I don't care what your political stance is. I don't care what your religious stance is. Even if you don't believe, our system is set up with a God, with God. And that's a fact. That's how our whole judicial system is set up, is with God. This is how you actually fight the judicial system, is with God.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we've got this now. What's the next step, Mel? Because I've got some ideas.
Well, here
about what's coming for us.
It's just trying to get all you guys that talk the way you talk and want to defend things the way you want to defend them, which I totally agree with. My good friend Angelo, he's like a fucking black belt, 10th degree black belt on this shit. I got my friend Kobus. He's a 10th degree black belt on this shit. You guys should get together and do a show because you guys are speaking all the same language. I can introduce you to them, for example.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And so the bottom line is, we got to get everybody to be able to speak the same language, but we got to be able to get everybody. See, trying to get people just to do a movie, okay, and trying to get everybody on the same page. Ask Carol Maureen; she'll tell you it's like herding cats.
Oh, absolutely. Because everybody's got an idea about how they want the outcome to be, rather than just bringing their jigsaw puzzle to the center and say, "Hey, what can we create out of this jigsaw puzzle if I give my piece to the collective?"
Exactly. And that's the problem we're having. See, if I could get all you guys together where we come to a clear consensus of what it is that you guys are trying to teach, dumb it down. And when it's dumbed down, let's dumb it down some more. So the average person says, okay, I get it. I can learn that language. Now we got something, because why? The microphones are unclogged. Now we can reach the masses. Now the Ben Barlow, who is very simpatico, has a 10 million people following. And when he talks, people will listen because nobody's fucking with his microphone.
Yeah.
But if somebody's fucking with your microphone, I'll keep going back to the same thing. People want to yell and scream about stuff that nobody's listening to you. Nobody's hearing you. Somebody else is controlling the treadmill and says you can only go 15 miles an hour. You can only go 10 miles an hour. You can only go 100. You're very dangerous. You can only go 5 miles an hour, Mel Carmine.
And you can't even get on the treadmill over here because you're way too dangerous.
Or we're taking the treadmill away from you and shut down your channel because you're dangerous.
See, and that should never be able to happen. What's coming for YouTube and for some of these other channels is you're going to have to do that ID system just like you have to do on your cryptos.
Exactly.
And that's all bullshit too. That's the new censorship, is it has to be tied to you so that they can literally deplatform you across the board. That's coming.
Well, it's not going to come. I think we're moving in the other direction, and I'm going to tell you why. Trennis Evans, who's been hired by the administration, who I've talked to 2 times. Once he called me at 7:02 in the morning. We ended up staying on the phone exactly for an hour and 7 minutes. I talked with him 4 days ago, and we ended up staying on the phone for an hour and 22 minutes. Like we have like a bromance going on big time, right?
Okay.
And he's been hired to do what? To bring in the attorneys to stop this at the same time that what? The movie's coming out. You want to talk about a bullseye?
Nice.
You're talking about a guy that got rid of his chair and was led to this chair because the guy upstairs, it's not about ego. Listen, my ego, I don't even have an ego. I'm just New York. And if you don't understand New York, that's your fucking problem, not mine. Okay.
Yes.
I'm fully 100% New York. Okay. And so the chair was just a way for me to stand out because God needs me to stand out because we got an important message to get out there.
Yeah, you have to stand out. He didn't create you to be like everyone else. He created you for a purpose.
Right. So, I don't even think about the chair. I don't even think about the record button being on right now and me getting nervous. Oh my God, all these people, what do they think? I couldn't give a fuck. See? So maybe they should redefine New York in the dictionary.
Well, so this is a concern for me, Mel. I live in Utah.
Yeah.
I've got friends all across the United States and a lot of very wealthy friends.
Yeah.
Some of them, their attitude is we got to get out of America. We've got to go find somewhere else. They've been down to Costa Rica. They've been to El Salvador. They've looked at other places. And I keep on telling them, look, you cannot escape.
There's nowhere to run.
Yeah, there is nowhere to run. They're going to control everything no matter what you think. Utah is moving. You've heard of smart cities. We've talked about smart cities. SMART is an acronym: surveillance, monitoring, analysis, reporting, and tracking. Tracking who? You as individuals. Utah is moving to become the first smart state. We've got all kinds of smart cities being built up in Utah, in northern Utah. And so this is all going to the thing that I have concerns with is this Palantir. that Trump represents, that Trump's also
But
ushering.
is he representing them or is he exposing them? See,
Could.
Trump is he's a 17D chess player.
Yes.
And we never
And I
find
agree
out.
with you.
Yeah, we never find out. Sometimes he does something, and then 4 weeks later, we realize why he did what he did and the way he did it, and it makes sense. But it doesn't
But we
make sense
have to
till-
be critical of everybody in power. We can't just let them have the reins and say, just run wherever you want to.
right.
That's
Well,
becoming a problem. This is where we're not
money
going
is
to
not a
restore the
motivator.
republic.
Yeah, money's not a motivating factor for the Trumps.
No.
The Trumps have had money forever.
Correct.
Okay, they don't
But
need the
we've
money.
got to take back our power as the people.
Yes.
The whole point is to keep power from the people. We need to take our power back. We're not in control of our food supply.
No, we're not.
We're not in
controlling air we
control of
breathe.
we're not in control of our air, which pollutes our water. We're not in control of our water. I mean, hell, go down to a convenience store right now, Mel. It's $3.65 for a liter of water. It's more expensive than fuel. And people are bitching about fuel, but they'll pay that money for water every day of the week. And it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
I've started up a home filtration system, whole home filtration, the Rising Sun. I don't know if did you see me speak at the Charlie Ward True Seekers Conference?
I did not. I was only able to make one day, and then I got sidetracked.
For the last 5 years, I've been trying to figure out, okay, how do we create community? Mel, how do we create community? Because that's the only way we're going to take this country back is we got to rebuild our communities. We're so divided.
Well,
and
you're
separated
preaching
through-
to the choir, bro. I mean, I'm
through
talking
marketing.
about when this wealth transfer does happen. I'm talking about building, 59-foot walls with freaking barbed wire fence with freaking electric, with 7,000 trillion watts of electricity running through those wires, and building a commune of people who grow their own food, produce their own energy,
Correct.
like-minded people. You
So
have to
then
take the
this-
Mel IQ test, that kind of shit.
Yep. So this is what I came up with over the years. The only way that you can build a community that can actually function together is not everybody has to like each other, because we all don't like each other.
A lot of
Right.
people don't, especially the people in the podcasting community.
But we can get along with each other as long as everybody has honor and integrity.
Yeah.
That's the qualifying factor. If Mel has honor and integrity, I don't need to like Mel, but I know where Mel's going to be coming from, and I know where he stands. If he always stands in honor and integrity, I can work with Mel even though I don't like him, right?
True.
So I created American HICS. HICS stands for Honor, Integrity, Community, Knowledge, and Sovereignty. We're putting that together right now as we speak. Honor and integrity is what everybody has to have. That's the two things that people willingly give up in America without even batting an eyelash. Their honor and their integrity. They lie, they cheat, they do all kinds of bullshit. They speak ill of other people without even knowing people. And that's just not the way this world's supposed to operate. Not for us, but that's what they've turned it into. So then we create the community, an honorable and integrity-laden community. Now we have knowledge aspect. This is where we've got to bring everybody together with their knowledge aspect to create sovereignty. We've got to get out of these cities, Mel, because whether people understand this or not, they're bringing these smart cities. This is why Governor Huntsman of Utah became the ambassador for China under Obama. He went over there and took their social credit system and brought it back over here. That's why they're putting together all these smart cities so that what you're talking about on censorship, they're talking that they're going to embed all of this around us. And it's going to be an algorithm that is going to have your facial recognition, all your bank accounts, all your information through the blockchain. And it's coming. We need to get out of these cities and back in the rural areas where they don't have any control. We need to get back in with our local sheriffs. The sheriff can deputize us. They don't have any control in the rural areas. This is why the United Nations Agenda 2023 and Agenda 2030 was that big push to get everybody into the cities so they could control us. The idea that we are running out of space and we don't have enough food. Think about that, Mel. When I did the Truth Tour, I went from California all the way to Florida. Do you know how much open land I saw?
Millions of acres.
Vast. Hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of miles of nothing but open range, but we're overpopulated.
Bullshit.
The population of the world could fit in Texas with a 1,400 square foot house and a nice little yard for every person in the world. but
Yep.
we're overpopulated.
Bullshit.
This is where the mockingbird media and all this stuff, people think that's all.
That's why they stifle the fucking microphones, because they don't want the information you're spewing out right now to ever get out.
And so that's where we've all got to come together. You and I have talked about this before. Now we got to implement it. Because what's coming, Mel, is we got to get out of the cities, back in the rural areas where we're all working together for our own food supplies. We're supplying everybody with food. Not everybody needs to be a farmer.
No.
But everybody's got to have the capability of getting good, clean, unadulterated food and good, clean water.
I think, this battle ultimately, it screams that it wants the army to come in as a final whatever and fix it. Because even here in Florida is a Republican as you, especially Brevard County where I live. People walk around with like 9 guns in their trunk of their car. They're all packing heat. It's like
Utah's
people say, aren't you afraid of, whatever X, Y, and Z, Mel? So I live in Merritt Island. There's only one way in, one way out. And everybody who lives here, all ex-veterans. Yeah. And they're all, everybody owns 17 freaking machine guns.
Yep.
You'd be absolutely dumb as a box of rocks to want to come down my block.
That's why I say this, Mel. This is not a Republican or a Democrat thing. This is not a political thing. This is we, the people, have to decide, do we want this bullshit food that they're feeding us where we're all unhealthy, this bullshit medical system where it's not curing us of anything. No. It's making us victims of the medical system. Sick. It's a sick system. Yeah. And then do we want all this bullshit water? Because they took the water rights a long time ago and now they start selling us water and the price of water is ridiculous. It should be free.
And that guy from Texas, what's his name? Billionaire guy is investing in all into the water aquifers.
I don't know which one, but there's quite a few of them that are doing it. They're buying up all the water rights.
But there's a guy that's like very public. He's out there in the mainstream.
I don't know what his name is. We'd have to find out.
He's an older gentleman. I can't think of his name.
And so that's, again, this is part of, guys, we've all got to come together. This is just the tip of the spear right now with censorship to try to make a change in the censorship so that there is no censorship. As long as you're not harming anybody, you should have that freedom of speech. But if you harm somebody, there's got to be a remedy to stop your. You don't have freedom of speech to create harm.
Yeah. Years ago, I said, hey, they like YouTube. They like the way it's architecture. They like the way it's laid out. They know where all the buttons are. Why don't we just mimic YouTube and owned by us, the Patriots, and move everybody?
Yes.
It seemed like a simple solution. But everybody's too busy and everybody's too comfortable. Like Nino Rodriguez was making $500,000 a year, and they're comfortable. They're comfortable. They got their Cadillac Escalade, right? Nino, you drive a Cadillac Escalade, right? Okay, and you're comfortable. You're marinating in that nonsense. You don't realize that if the bad guys win, all that shit you have, you lose it just like that.
But Mel, you want to know the biggest problem? All of these patriots that I call them, all they're trying to do is remain relevant. They're not pushing any change.
They're not pushing
They're
the
just being the parrots that are talking about what's going on to keep their viewership up. I'm pushing the envelope too. I want real change. And the real change comes from us getting out of the cities and back in the rural areas.
Yeah, it's like, for example, I'll give you an example. There are channels on YouTube that promote guns. There are channels that promote guns and ammo, machine guns, everything. You name it. Every gun under the fucking rainbow is promoted on YouTube. If I was to take my gun right now and show it to you, I would get.
You would be blocked.
Yeah. You tell me how much sense that makes, please.
Same thing with Facebook. Same thing. We've got something up here called KSL Classifieds, which represents 5 or 6 different states surrounding Utah.
Right.
You can't even post guns for sale on there. You should have the right to sell your personal private property anywhere you want, but they decide what you can or cannot do.
Yeah, so I was getting at, here in Florida, Brevard County, there was an area that was completely a bunch of just swampland, okay? And they created a whole new town out of it called Vieira. Now, my wife and I were driving down there because we're getting our vitamin drip shot. They're trying to kill us. So I got to figure out how does Mel Carmine stay strong? How does Mel Carmine stay beautiful? How do I just fucking smile and say, fuck you, you're not going to get me, right? So I'm getting myself shot up with all kinds of I forget what they call them, Myers cocktails and glutathione and all this shit to try and plus I have my healing center Staying Alive and Canaveral Staying Alive with 2 E's, right? And I'm there, right? And I'm charging because Mel Carmine's in the fight. I got to stay strong because there is no backing down from this. I just got to find more time to work out. That's what I got to find. I need to work.
Dude, it comes down to that we've all got to be in the fight. Yeah. All of us have to be in the fight, not just there to collect the kudos.
Now Vieira was thousands of hectares of land. Okay. And my wife says to me, Mel, I think they're going to turn Vieira into what do they call them, 15-minute cities?
A smart city.
Smart city.
50, they call them 15-minute cities, that everything's going to be within 15 minutes of you. Your work will be in 15 minutes of you. The grocery store is going to be within but it's a smart city.
But you know what it is, brother? You're starting to see all these cookie cutter apartment complexes go up. It's
correct. And multifamily units.
Well, yeah, but who owns these construction companies? Liberals. Yes. Liberals who bought into the communist agenda. Because
United Nations agenda.
Everything looks communist. Everything looks the same. Correct. Just like Russia and the Ukraine, okay, years ago. Okay.
This is how they'll be able to shut down your internet. They'll be able to shut down all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's ugly. And they want to deliver the food to your house cheaper than you can go fucking pick it up because they don't want you coming out of your house. This is a lockdown.
That's why 15 minutes, everything's going to be within 15 minutes of you. All these young kids think, oh, this is perfect. I don't need to own a car. They don't realize how they are locking themselves down with this thought process.
It's a lockdown that people are going to be doing voluntarily.
Correct. And this is the whole reason why they came out with electric cars. You're not going to be able to go to rural areas in an electric car. Where are you going to charge that car? They're going to be able to shut your car off just like right now through all the vehicles you got OnStar. They can literally shut your car down. All the new cars 2024 and beyond automatically can be shut down by law enforcement.
Let me clue you in. They got the technology in your car, but you're not allowed to access it. They could take your car, not shut it down, lock the fucking doors, and drive you to where they fucking want you to be.
Correct. Right now.
Right now.
And that's what people don't get. So this is why everybody has to be in this fight. It doesn't matter what political affiliation you are, what religious affiliation you are. This is an all hands on deck, we the people fight.
Yeah.
And we have to take up the arms in this fight. You can't sit by the sidelines.
I'm not going to go out and look for trouble, but my castle is very well protected.
Correct. You should never be looking for trouble. You should be looking to save people. It's not really your job to save people, but you should have enough fortification and enough supplies that you can help another 25%.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we all did that, nobody would need anything. If we all worked with honor and integrity, nobody would need anything.
But I think that the glass is not half empty. I think the glass is half full.
I think
I'm an eternal optimist.
3/4 full.
I think we win.
It's 3/4 full. It's just what they've designed. They've gotten us to believe that it's 3/4 empty, and it's not.
No, they're going full bore ahead. They're going as if they were already won. We understand that. They're delusional.
Yep.
They're fucking delusional. You guys should lay down your fucking arms. You're all going to go to prison. I'm telling you right now, if there was a way, I don't even know if I could say this here. Because if I did, man, we'd probably get my channel shut down. But there'd be a new kind of gun range. Let me just put it that way. Then you fucking draw the lines.
I want to say this to everybody. Before the Bolshevik Revolution, they came out with a program that got all the Russian patriots to relax. Don't be up in arms. You just chill out. We're going to take care of everything. And then the Bolshevik Revolution came in. You guys hear about the 6 million people that got killed over there. I'm not going to say who they are. We've been told in all of our lives, there's museums and everything about these 6 million people that got killed. But nobody's talking about the 66 million Christians that were killed during the Bolshevik Revolution. You don't even hear about that.
Yep.
Wouldn't you think 66 million overpowers 6 million, but they've censored anybody who speaks about it? This is real history.
Yeah.
And they got those Russian patriots to just relax enough so that the Bolsheviks could come in and take control of that country.
Yeah.
and they've been destitute ever since. It's only since Putin got in power that the Russian people have a lot of pride, guys. And that's because whether you like Putin or not, he stood up for Russia. He kicked out the central bankers and said, you guys are done. Our children, our future generations will never be in the shackles of the central banks or the Rothschilds. Our country's not working towards that. Our country is working towards keeping the central banks alive.
We have people inside our government that are still swamp creatures that are pushing for that.
Correct.
So is it better than Donald Trump's first term? Yes.
Yes.
Is it exactly swamp creature proof? No. There are some swamp creatures there. I believe.
And I don't think it ever can be, Mel. Government is always going to have a faction of corrupt in there because you can't root them all out.
Well, I got to tell you one thing, I want to thank you publicly for sending me that 1 minute piece that we put in the documentary. Yes, you made the cut, just in case you were wondering.
Thank you. I didn't know how good it was going to be, but it was.
So, but anyway,
I hope it was good.
Yeah, it's going to be a blockbuster. It's going to be a blockbuster depending on the people. If the people really get busy with their fingers and start, just treat the algorithms as they're going to block it, and they are. Okay. So
I want to say this,
you guys.
I want to say this too. The Sound of Freedom.
Yes.
About the child trafficking.
Yes.
Okay, that was a great movie.
It was.
However, that movie made it seem like it was down there in South America somewhere. This drug cartel was doing all this trafficking.
Not here.
Total bullshit.
Right.
This is about what's going on here and now. And of course, they're going to try to block it. And of course, they're not going to play it in the movies. But we've got to get this out to every single person, played on every single airwave, every chance we can get, because this has to get out.
Well, here's what the plan of action, because I'm going to tell you, I got to be off here in about 7 minutes because I got another podcast in 7 minutes.
Okay.
But we contacted every conceivable press release company on planet Earth. And so far we hit brick wall after brick wall after brick wall. Why? Because they're all part of the Communist Manifesto.
Mockingbird Media.
They're all part of the same. Oh no, this is no good. I said, okay, tell me. You said no. You didn't follow our guidelines. I said, okay, go over your guidelines. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what they are. Oh, you don't know what your guidelines are, but yet I messed up in the guidelines. Wait a minute. This is what we're dealing with here.
It's Mockingbird Media, Mel. It has a name. We got to call it what it is.
All of the podcasters who are either on or not in the movie, doesn't matter. Like I can only put. I just told Carol Maureen, cut off. No more. Anybody sending in their 45-second piece in with "Dear Mr. President." Done. It's over. Nobody can get in anymore. Okay. So the only thing now we have to do is get everybody on September 9th, which is my birthday. Movie gets released. And you're going to feed off of our stream, our live stream, and you're going to feed it live on your channel. And the movie for 24 hours will replay itself over and over and over and over on hopefully thousands of channels. If you want to be part of that effort, whether you're in the movie or not, let me know that you're a patriot. Let me know that there's some patriots out there, podcasters, and you're not here to be just paid, okay? And call me or send me a text message to my Google Voice, 786-704-8817, and say, Mel, I want to be part of that effort. 786-704-8817. That's also good if you want to, invest $10,000 or more in XRP. That's also good if you need to know more about our healing center in Cape Canaveral, etc. Or you could call our healing center in Cape Canaveral direct. They have their own number.
Absolutely.
Right?
And if you guys are interested in following us, AmericanHicks.com, BreakingBarlow.com. American Hicks, we're putting together this community. We're already getting in with all these ranchers, all these farmers, so that you can go. What the idea, guys, is we need to quit having these ranchers and farmers going to the big corporate commercial grocery stores. We need all of you to be able to go direct to those ranchers and farmers and get your food from them.
Yep.
Because all the stuff in the grocery stores is poison, guys. All your water is poison too. We've got a whole home filtration system, the Rising Sun. We're getting ready to launch that to make it affordable for even the single moms out there. We want you to get affordable filtered water in your home. So anything we can do to help, Mel, call on me.
I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate you immensely.
Appreciate you too.
We're in the fight, and the fight's not over. These guys are delusional, thinking that they're going to win. I know that Donald Trump. Listen, let's close by saying this: Donald Trump's back is against the wall. We know that because if he doesn't win, he loses. If he loses when he's out of office, they're going to go kill him and his entire family. Did you hear what I just said? He has no choice but to either to kill or be killed. Let me say that again.
This
is very profound. Okay, I know this is government gangsters. Okay, you have the good guys and the government gangsters, and you got the bad guys. I know. I come from a long line of fucking, I come from fucking Blood Island. Okay, Sicily. Yeah, I know a couple of things about the mafia. Believe me, I got a PhD on that shit. Okay, it's either kill or be killed. If Donald Trump is not able to put his enemies away, leading with the treason and letting that thing stick, because he can't make it look like a vendetta. If Donald Trump does not kill his enemies are going to kill him and
then they're coming after us.
And then they're going to come after us. The guys who are already out in the open. Okay, you understand? But and
it's not something to be scared. It's time to stand up.
Listen, and I'm not scared. The only advice I could give them is make sure you bring a freaking fleet of hearses and a lot of body bags, because I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory.
I'm saying for those watching us, they need to stand up. We've all got to stand up together.
Yeah. If we're going to go out in a blaze of bullets, let's do it. But we're going to make sure that, we're going to fight to the last drop of blood here. This is not look, you're dead one way or the other. Choose how you want to die. You want to die like a bitch on your knees in a fetal position, or do you want to die like a man? Or do you want to die like a woman? Because I know some women out there have some testosterone. You got to choose.
Well, so this is part of American Hicks, Mel. For the knowledge portion, we're putting together gun training, handguns.
I'm coming to see you.
Guns, all that stuff. We're putting together rifle training, long range shooting training by experts, starting here in Utah, and we're going to have it in every single state.
Let's go. And I'll promote that
anybody
all day
needs
long.
Any help with anything, got to get your food stores up. We've got all the ranchers and farmers to do that. AmericanHicks.com. Sign up in there. We're going to see a lot of stuff come out.
Yeah, and if we win, we all live. That's all. This is a fight to the death. Guys, thank you. Make sure you push it out there. The Dear Mr. President .net, Dear MR President.net could use a couple of donations. Hit the donate button. Give what you can. $5, $10, $50, whatever you can give. All right, because freedom isn't free.
No, it's not.
Freedom is not free. The movie's free of charge. But if we could get a couple of donations, I'm out a lot of money out of pocket, a lot of money. So
right.
I like to get some of that back. I'm not delusional thinking that I get all of it back, but I'll get some.
Yes. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mel.